Hello, everyone. My name is Chad Duenhager. I'm the high school principal here at Alexandria Area High School. Today is August 14th. So the purpose of this video is just to get you caught up to speed as to where we're at as we plan for the upcoming school year for our high school students. Superintendent Stansted has sent out a message as well, and many of you have probably watched that. If you haven't, I encourage you to do so. It goes more into detail about some things from the district. But as from the high school standpoint, you'll have seen that elementary is going to be in school every day, all day, and our secondary is looking to have what we call a safe start. And the purpose of that is we want to just get our students practicing all the safe protocols and procedures for a bit. We are a large building of 1,300 students, add in over 150 staff members. We just have a large building, and we want to make sure that we start things on the right track so we can keep things going. Um, with that being said, you'll start seeing that we're taking all students throughout the district and we're placing them in groups by the last name. So Group A will be last name of A through K, Group B, last name L through Z. Families with different last names will be together. Even though the elementaries are starting all in person, the reason why we're doing that at the high school is if the elementaries were ever in a situation where they would need to go to a hybrid model as well, we want to make sure that older siblings at the middle school and high school level would be at home on the same day as elementary students. So we know that things get very difficult for parents of young children with trying to work and things, so that it just allows for older siblings to help take care of the younger siblings at home. So that is why we're doing the groupings. So if just in case the elementaries have to go hybrid, it allows for all families to be at home at the same time. With that being said, it kind of gets a little confusing. We're used to an A-B schedule, but I really want you to think things a little bit differently. So first of all, Group A and Group B will be rotating every other day between the groups. So as you can see by the calendar here, Group A will start the year. Next day will be Group B. Next day, Group A, Group B, and we just rotate. So basically, students every other week will be with us 3 days a week, and on the other ones, they'll be with us 2 days a week. Now, going to the schedule where it gets a little, not a little bit complicated, but we just have to kind of just pay attention here, is that our upperclassmen are used to A, B classes, but in order for us to have an easier transition in between the different models, we are going to have all students attend their first to fourth block classes every day for the first 9 weeks. So when the schedules come out, you'll see that there's kind of an blocks 1 through 4 and a blocks 5 through 8, which typically would alternate on any given year. But this year, we're going to have just first through fourth block 8A classes every day for the first 9 weeks. So the students will be in the same class every day. So there will not be that rotating. Once we get to the end of the first quarter, the second 9 weeks, students will have their B-Day classes, or those classes that are 5th through 8th block, every day for the second 9 weeks. Also in the schedule, we'll be having our advisory. We'll begin part of the schedule on Wednesdays. So every other week when students are in the building with us, they'll see their advisor. So just a little bit, Mr. Sandstead touched on this as well, students learning from home. So the days that are home, they will be required to attend class via Google Meet. They will need to get on Google Meet, come into the classroom as the teacher's working with the students in person. We do know that it's difficult for a student just to be in a Google Meet for the entire class period, so when we're on a block schedule. So teachers will be, working hard to, the first 15, 20 minutes will be that instruction, the new instruction of the content, and depending on their activities, what they're doing, they may allow students to kind of check out at home and to work on some things a little bit. So that way, I don't want students panicking, thinking they're going to be sitting at home just watching school all day. So we'll be working on making sure that students don't have to do that, but students do need to plan on attending class every day, even at home. Again, coming into via Google Meet, but our teachers will be working hard to know that there's a difference between being in person and at home. Once we get to semester time, we'll reevaluate our schedule if we need to second semester stay with a third quarter schedule and then a fourth quarter where it's the same class every day, or we'll go back to our A-B schedule. This is coming from Mr. Sandstead and actually from the state. So I just again want to reiterate what Mr. Sandstead has said, that face coverings are required, and that as a high school we'll be looking at all the cleaning practices and all those other type of protocols that we need to implement from the CDC and MDH. So we'll be looking to do those things. Timeline for the high school. So these are the things that are coming up here. I just want to let you know schedules are going to be ready to come out to students the week of August 24th. So right now we needed extra time. Our counselors are working hard. They're looking at each section in the building and making sure that we have the appropriate amount of students from A through K and L through Z in a classroom, so we can make sure those students can come every other day and that we do not have too many students coming into a classroom. So right now, depending on the size of the classroom, that kind of dictates how many students we're going to bring in. So right now, we're aiming to 16 to 18 students in a regular classroom and having no more in that classroom, so students can socially distance in those classrooms to start with. Little bit about open house orientation night. So open house is set for September 2nd. But we'll be doing things a little bit differently. We're really going to focus on our 9th grade and new students on that evening. So a separate letter is coming out soon to all of our 9th graders and new students about how that'll work. We'll be bringing in 2 separate groups so we can safely socially distance and get our students, 9th grade students, new students orientated to the building, go through their schedule, and just help them out. 10 through 12th graders, we're looking to have a virtual open house meeting with our advisor on that same night at 6:30. So advisors will be sending out an invitation to their advisees at 6:30 p.m., talk through the school year, allow students just to ask them questions and they can get more information about some things. The other things we'll be working on is just more information coming out so students will have a better understanding how things will work before school, lunchroom, passing time, all those other situations where we're putting in place those safety protocols. So that information will be coming out here in the near couple of weeks as well before we start school. Just a reminder, parents, before school starts, if you haven't done so, please go to the high school website under Back to School. If you haven't done it, update the parent view, complete Chromebook insurance form if you're going to do that. And if not, even just complete the forms there. Pretty soon here, we'll be putting out the parking permit as well. So you can log on there and get parking permits for those students who will be driving to school. We're excited that we will have some activities going on here this fall. So if your child is in one of those activities, please have them go on and they can register for those activities there if they haven't done so either. So, and the other thing too, just contact us if you have any questions or concerns, whatever that is. If you have questions about, if you don't have internet, poor internet, to any other type of things, please give us a call ahead of time so we can just start planning ahead of time for your students. So in closing, I want to say it'll be almost 6 months since we've had students in the building. Extremely excited to have students in the building. Yeah, we know that we're going to put some safety things in place for our students. So again, very excited to have students in the building, but also we understand that safety is extremely important too. So we're working through all those things. And again, parents, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call us. And again, we'll be getting out more information to you as it comes to us with schedules and all those type of things. But so that's where we're at today at August 14th. And again, we'll keep you updated. And if you have questions, give us a call. Thank you and very much. And have a great rest of the day or evening or whenever you watch this. All right. Thank you.